vidadhati purvam yo vai vedanscha prahinoti tasmai tam hadevamatma buddhi prakasham mumukshurvai sharanamaham prapadye. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vamshrishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyam Sarvopaplavarahita Prajnanaghana Pratyagartho Brahmaivahamasmi Brahmaivahamasmi. Om Vedantartha Vibhasakaya Gurave Shantaya Sannyasine Nanavadi Nagendra Sanghapavaye Yogindra Vandyaya Cha Mohatvanta Divakaraya Bhagavat Pada Vidham Biprate Tasmai Bhashakrite Namostu Satatam Purnaya Bodhatmane. Om Tatra Dharma Brahma Pratipadakam Apaurusheyam Pramanavakyam Vedaham. Okay. Now, in order to understand this sentence which defines what is Veda, work it out this way. Ko Vedaha Vakyam Vedaha. Veda is in form of Vakyam. Then this is a cat, this is a bat, this is a mat. These are also Vakyam. Is that Veda? No. Pramana Vakyam. It is a Vakyam which is capable of generating knowledge. It is capable of generating knowledge. Then every Vakyam for that matter generates knowledge. Not every. When do you say that it is the tool or an apparatus or anything gates the status of being the apparatus to generate knowledge? Anything. So then the most easy thing to understand, to bring this point home, is the system of our indriyas, jnanendriyas. The reason why these apparatuses are also called as pramanas. They are apparatuses. And I will tell you, in Vedanta or even in the other darshanas, the indriyas are not the part of the physical body. Even the karmendriyas also are not the part of the physical body. What are they the part of? Sukshma Deha, of the Linga Deha. Then what is this? You see this structure called as the hands, the legs, the eyeballs, the vocal cords, including the tongue, etc. These are not the apparatuses. So then we say these are structures. Structures from where these faculties are able to function. Okay? Even if it is a prime minister, the prime minister will require his paraphernalia to function. His office, his secretaries. Huh? He is made to sit alone in the jungle. What would he do? Huh? What will he do? He cannot even, remove the mosquitoes that are biting him. And therefore, he also requires a setup. So also, these are the faculties, but they require structures to function from. Okay? So these physical structures technically are called as the golakas. Okay? They are technically called as the golakas. And in these golakas, then these indriyas, from here they function. So you have, now I'm not going to use the word eyes, because when I use the word eyes, we invariably associate it with the physical structure called as this eyeball. I'm going to use the word chakshurindriya. Okay? So you be clear now what I mean when I use that word. So there is chakshurindriya, which functions from this place. Then this chakshurindriya is the apparatus from where, because of which the knowledge of colors and forms takes place. Okay? What do you mean by knowledge takes place? It simply means that something which is unknown to you before, anadhigata. It is unknown. That being unknown means anadhigata. Then there is another thing. Abadhita. Just it is not. It is just not an apparatus which brings to you new knowledge, but it can become knowledge only if it is not cancelled, nullified, or falsified by any other means. Then only that apparatus can be called as pramanam. When I say apparatus, it means it is a system. It is a system. How that system works is a different thing, but it is a system. Like any apparatus, your mixer blender is an apparatus. It is a system. Like that, the indriyas are pramanas. The eyes are able to reveal to you colors and forms, and those colors and forms given to you, shown to you by the eyes, then that knowledge of those colors and forms cannot be cancelled, falsified by any other means unless and until the apparatus has developed some dosha, defect, like the jaundice eye. In the jaundice, you know what is jaundice? Hepatitis. So that the person starts seeing everything yellow. So even if there is a white shankha, the white conch, he sees it yellow. Now the knowledge that is brought to him that the shankha is yellow is a defective knowledge. It cannot be called as knowledge. it cannot be called as knowledge. Because it is an error. Because it is an error, you cannot treat it as knowledge. Error is an error, error is not knowledge. Even when you say it is brahmajnanam, erroneous knowledge, erroneous knowledge is not knowledge, erroneous knowledge is an error. You see this? So when you say, I know it is a yellow shankha, yellow conch, but it is an error. It is an error. You call it erroneous knowledge because now you are saying, I know. So also when you say, I know it is a snake, in, which snake we talk generally, Vedantins? Rajju Sarpa only. We are not interested in any other Sarpa. No Sarpa around Shankarji's neck and under Vishnu Bhagwan's that thing, bed. We are not interested in those snakes. Which snake interests us? Rajju Sarpa. So that snake, you say, I know it is a snake, I can see it is a snake, but the fact is that it is an error. So that apparatus which is able to generate knowledge, yathartha jnanam, and that's why we use over here the word prama. Pramayaha karanam pramanam. It is the karanam. And karanam means apparatus, a tool, an instrument, auzar of now. So, Veda is not just vakyam, but it is pramana vakyam. Then you see that there is vakyam, and if it is a vakyam, even if it is a pramana vakyam, it is spoken by someone, some person. Okay? And when it is spoken by some person, then it may serve to generate knowledge for you. Okay? It may serve to generate knowledge for you. For you, it may become a pramana vakyam. Okay? Let us say you do not know what this particular animal is. Assume. You do not know what this particular animal is. And then I tell you, iyam gau, this is cow. Now my vakyam has not that vakyam able to generate the knowledge that this is cow. Though you were seeing the cow, but you did not know the cow. Here you see, you were able to see the animal, that particular pashu, but now it is a cow, that knowledge has taken place. How? Through my vakyam. Okay? Pay attention to this. Even if this one sentence is understood in the whole discussion, it is very good. Whether you are able to see, understand Atma is Brahman or not, this is what I was talking to him this morning. बाद में देखा जाएगा. First understand what that Shastram is. And what is the scope of that Shastra, etc. We can see that later. Branches. This is a very important discussion. Then, my vakyam, the vakyam that I spoke, has served as a pramanam for you. Okay? But I was able to tell you that, because I already had knowledge. And if I have the knowledge, that means there has to be some pramanam through which I have had knowledge. Hey, isn't it? Another problem is that because it is a vakyam, it has to be generated by a conscious being. Because other than the conscious being, the sequence of sounds composing words and words composing the sentences cannot be there. This is sound, but this is neither word nor a sentence. This is also perceived by your ears, but this is not word, it is sound. Shabda, it is shabdam, but it is not padam. It is not a padam. And what is a vakyam? It is a pada samudaya. It is a collection of coherent words together with relating to each other. Then it becomes vakyam. And because it is vakyam, we see that the vakyam has to be spoken by someone. A conscious being is required. Okay? A conscious being is required. So now the question comes, sir, this Veda is a vakyam. This Veda is a vakyam, and you are saying that it is a pramanam. Okay? That means it has to be spoken by someone. Okay? Now that Tattvamasi is being spoken by the teacher, but how did the teacher also acquire the Vakyam Tattvamasi? So he says his teacher. Someone has to be there. How did that first person also have this knowledge without that Vakyam? So then they say Ishvara. Then we say, did this Ishvara create this? Did that Ishvara create it? And we say no. It is not, that pramanam is also not created by Ishvara. It is neither some Laukika Purusha or the Alaukika Purusha spoken. Then how? How? So Nishvasitam. There is no effort. There is no will. It only manifests. Is there anything which just manifests without an effort or will? Then we give you an example, like the breath of a living person. When we have difficulty in breathing, then there is an effort. The effort which will be required to breathe, which means it is unnatural. What if the breath is so natural that it is effortless? And that is the reason why you can breathe even when you are sleeping, where there is no ego to exercise the will. है ना? Because if it was the will which is exercised by the ego, and the ego is absent in the deep sleep, then your breath will stop. The prana, apana functioning will stop. So it is something which comes from the Purusha, but not as his will. What? The breath. Shvasa, Nishvasa. This is not based on anyone's will. Even if somebody does pranayama, he will have to release the breath and take another one after some time. You cannot keep it held like that. Apaurusheyam. And therefore, we are saying, whenever there is anything which comes from a Purusha, let us understand Laukika Purusha, like you and me. From the Laukika Purusha, it is bound to carry some defect. It is bound to carry some defect. So even if you speak some Vakyam, that Vakyam necessarily will have some defect. Some defect will be there, because Ajnanam, Brahma, Pramada, some vested interest, Vipralipsa, all these doshas are there in the Purusha. Vipralipsa means that trying to cheat or deceive someone. That is Vipralipsa. We want to do that. Hey, just see, in order to make us ourselves accepted, we put up a behavior. We put up a behavior. Even if you don't like a person saying something, whether it is your son, wife, child, or your mother, you control. And baad mein dekhenge. It has got some legitimacy to doing that. Otherwise, just because you are angry does not mean go punch somebody's face or or do something. There is an expression even, but then you want to show that you are not angry as you would want to show. There may be a sign of some disapproval, but it is not like that. You see, so therefore the Purusha has got dosha, and those doshas will come even when he speaks and tries to give you some knowledge. Okay? These doshas may not be there in Ishvara. These doshas may not be there in Ishvara. And therefore these people say, why don't you consider that this is a Vakyam spoken by Ishvara? Okay? This is a Vakyam spoken by Ishvara. Why don't you consider that? Then we are going to ask that this is a Vakyam spoken by Ishvara. Then how did this Ishvara also have this knowledge without the Pramana? Then somebody says, no, Ishvara is Sarvajna. And that's why he can have the knowledge even without it. Okay? He can have it. You are not allowed to have. You require an instrument to generate knowledge. Ishvara does not require an instrument to generate knowledge. Then, even when it is generated by Ishvara or created, spoken by Ishvara, that means there has to be a will. There has to be a will. Over here we are saying it is nishvasitam, which means it is a natural expression without any will. And that will implies some form of incompleteness. Your will implies some form of incompleteness. Why did you do that? Because I wanted to. Why did Ishvara speak? Because Ishvara, there has to be a reason why he spoke. Unless and until that Ishvara has a want, that Ishvara has a want. And want means something is wanted, something is required, something is lacking, and therefore it is wanted. When you say, I want water, I'm thirsty, I want water, which means the water level in your blood has gone down and that's why you're thirsty. Lack of water is there, and that lack is want. Then Ishvara lacks something because of which he has to speak. And therefore, no, he speaks out of compassion for everyone. That means unless and until he expresses his compassion, he is going to feel that he has missed something. Isn't it? That even when you are going to say, oh, Ishvara spoke out of compassion, etc., which means that he is missing something. And the one who misses something is lacking, is incomplete. So the Uttarmimamsakas do not agree to the idea that this Veda Vakyam is first of all Paurusheyam, that it is a composition of some Rishi, etc. Not at all. It is not composition of some Rishis sitting together. It is not Paurusheyam. Whether that Purusha is a Kali Yuga's Purusha or some Satya Yuga's Rishi Muni does not matter. Not Paurusheyam. The second thing about it is that it is not even from created by Ishvara. Then how? It is Ishvara's expression without a will. It is only manifestation. Okay? So, when the fire gives heat, is there a will in the fire to dispel the darkness and give you heat? Is there a will? Why not? Because that is the nature. It is the nature. This knowledge then is the nature of Ishvara, which has become pramanam for you, which has become a pramanam for. So it is apaurusheyam. Okay? It is apaurusheyam. It may be a paurusheyam and it is a pramana vakyam, but something becomes a pramana only in relation to the prameya vastu. If it can show some prameya vastu, then only it can be called as pramanam. Otherwise, what? Just call something as pramanam. What is it that is revealed, shown to you? And there we say, Dharma, Brahma. These are the two things which are revealed to you by the Veda as the Pramana Vakyam. Okay? By the Pramana Vakyam. So what will you understand from this one sentence is that Veda is Vakyam, but it is moreover it is a Pramana Vakyam. Though it is a Vakyam, but it is not a creation of any Purusha. neither is it a creation of Ishvara. Then what is it? It comes from Ishvara as Ishvara's natural expression, as his nature. And what does this pramana show you? Dharma and Brahma. Now those people who are saying Vedas are great, because in the Veda, ancient times, people, they have, these Rishi Munis have written the formula to fly the aeroplanes. So all the scientific discoveries of what you're finding now already were written. Now those people who have flown the aeroplanes and are making these scientific discoveries now, are they doing those discoveries, or is their knowledge because they have read the Vedas? Because they have read the Vedas? No. Then those are the people who could have the same knowledge even without the Veda. Even without the Veda, then something can be had without the Veda. Why are you making Veda inevitable? Because eyes as a pramana is inevitable. You cannot have knowledge of colors without, by touching. Oh, this is red, this is blue. No. You can't have that knowledge of colors and forms, and therefore eyes are irreplaceable, inevitable in the process of knowledge of colors and forms. You see? If all the scientific discoveries, etc., were already written in the Vedas, and that is why the Veda is great, then we are going to say your Veda is redundant, because we can have the same knowledge even without your Veda. Then it may be great as an ancient book, but no longer required, because we can have the same knowledge even without it. And that is why Veda will lose the status of being a pramanam. Okay? It will lose the status of being the pramanam. When we say it is the pramanam, it is also in reference to what is it that is revealed by that pramana. Okay? When you say the eyes are pramana, now understand this one thing. The word pramana in this present context is not meant to as evidence or proof. It is not meant as an authority, but it is meant as instrument of knowledge. Pramayaha karanam, in this artha, in this meaning, the word is employed. Now you will say, oh, okay, we go over there in some tehsil. Now that fellow says that, well, this is your father's property, give us some pramana. Then you bring some documents, evidence, some proof. It is not a proof. It is not to mean evidence. It means it is an instrument. Eyes are a pramanam because the prameya vastu is ruparanga. What is the prameya vastu? For Veda is the pramanam. Don't tell us aeroplanes and formulas of mathematics, etc. What? It may be there, it may not be there, but that is not what Veda is meant for. What is it then really a pramanam for what? Dharma and Brahma. And therefore, what is the vakyam, complete vakyam now? Dharma, Brahma, Pratipadakam, Apaurusheyam, Pramana Vakyam, Vedaha. Those who therefore have rejected Veda as a pramana, they say we don't require it. how will they know what is Dharma and what is Brahma? How will they know what is Dharma and what is Brahma? Therefore, those who claim that we know Brahma even without, and that's why you don't require Veda, now that is an outrageous claim. Either their Brahma is something that they only have invented, and their Dharma is also something that they only have invented, somehow have convinced others that this is what is called as Dharma, etc. But we are not interested in that. When you have rejected Veda as the instrument of knowledge, how would you know what is Dharma and Brahma? Knowing what is Dharma, you will be able to do Dharma. And knowing what is Brahma, the Chaturtha Purushartha, moksha is attained. Brahmavid apnoti param. Okay? And therefore, in the accomplishment of two Purusharthas, Dharma and Brahma, Veda is indisposable. Those who want to say that we will do some Dharma even without Veda, we don't require it. They can do some Laukika karma. They can do something that is Laukika, just help your neighbors, put some trees here and there. That's okay. You're doing a good job. You're doing a nice thing. At least you are not creating upadrava. That much is okay. But that what is going to be the very cause for attainment of a better life hereafter, that it does not have that capacity. The rest of it is Laukika karma. It is Laukika karma. And therefore, Dharma Brahma Pratipadakam Apaurusheyam Pramana Vakyam Vedaha. This is what Veda is. What are the 14 Vidyasthanas? Four Upangas, 14. And then Upaveda. This totally, actually, the main body is 14. But with addition of 4 Upavedas, we call it 18. Okay? Because Yajnavalkya does not count the Upavedas there. He just says these are the Chaturdasha Vidyasthanas. Okay? But he is not opposed to the idea that these 4 Upavedas should, that these 4 Upavedas should not be included. He does not say that much. But this is the only scope. Now, knowing what Veda is, as it's, as pramana, then he goes to explain you now what are these 4 Vedas, what are the Shadangas, and what are the Chaturvidha Upangas. Okay? Now from here you can go ahead. Okay. Such mantra brahmanatmakaha. This Veda is of 2 sections. Mantra and Brahmana. Brahmana is not Jativachaka. It is section. Mantra, part. Mantra and Brahmana. Okay? Now the problem with these Arya Samajis is this, that they accept the Veda and only the mantra portion of the Veda. The Brahmana portion of the Veda, they say, is not there. It is not Veda. And all the Upanishads, most of them, come under the Brahmana section. And therefore, for Arya Samaji people, Upanishad is not Veda. Okay? But they had a problem. They had a problem. What was that problem? That some Upanishads are also found in the mantra section. Now they cannot say that this is not Veda. They are now forced to admit that Upanishad is also Veda, but they will say only that. Then this Upanishad is meant to show you what is Brahma. It is not meant so that you can do some karma. Okay? To generate dharma. No. The purpose of Upanishad is to Brahma Pratipadakam. Dharma Pratipadakam is the karma kanda section. Now the problem was, now they said that even these mantra Upanishads, they are used for that, putting havis in the fire. Om Ishava Samidam Sarvam Yat Kinja Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tekte Namunjita Mahagrakasya Svedharam Aswaha. Bhashyakara says these mantras karmasu aviniyuktaha. Which mantra should be used where and for what? Everything is there. It is categorically shown for what it should be used, and we don't find that Ishavasya mantras are to be used for doing some havan or only for doing some japa. Then what is the use of this? If you don't find a vinyoga for this in the karma kanda, then this is useless. And Bhashyakara says, no. Though these mantras are not there for any karma, yet these mantras are for what then? For Brahma Vidya. And Arya Samajas don't have any answer. Therefore, you just push away the Brahmana section and the Upanishads as saying that this is not Veda is only an insistence. Okay? So there, what is now Veda has these two sections, mantra and Brahmana. So mantra Brahmana atmakaha. Okay? This is the body of Veda. Mantra and Brahmana. Brahmana is not some, Jati Vachak, caste Brahmana and all that. It is the section. Furthermore, Tatra Mantraham Anushthanakaraka Bhuta Dravya Devata Prakashakaha. Okay. Now, over there, what are the mantras? Mantras are prakashakaha. Prakashakaha means not like some tube light or so. They illumine. Some object may be there, but if it is sitting in darkness, that object becomes unavailable to you. Okay? But when there is prakasha, immediately that object becomes. What is it that the mantra illumines for you? The mantra is an illuminator, prakashakaha. They are the illuminators. What do they illumine? There he goes. Anusthana karaka. Karaka means, you did the karakas in grammar? No. Karakas means those those factors which are responsible, or which are what do they call it? The components of karma. Yes, this is a better word. Karakas are the components of karma. I'll explain this word karaka, and then just go ahead. It will help you. In Sanskrit grammar, we have 7 cases. Okay? What is the first case called as? Karta. Okay? The second case means karma. Karma over here is not some activity. The word karma means the object. Right? The word karma in this context is not papa punyatmak karma, etc. Please, for heaven's sake. The word karma here means the object. Like, Ramaha vanam gacchati. Ko gacchati? Ramaha. What is Rama doing? Gacchati. So that gacchati is a kriyapada. It is a verb. What kriyapada means? It shows the kriya. It shows the kriya. Gacchati is the kriya. Ramaha gacchati. Rama gacchati means what? Where does Rama go? What is desired by Rama? What is it that is wanted by Rama through the action of walking? What? Vanam. The object is vanam. Where is that action falling? It is generated by the karta, but where does it fall? On vanam. Therefore, that object is, that karma is there. It is denoted by the second case, dvitiyanta. Okay? Then what is the third case used for? Karana. Ramaha padbhyam vanam gacchati. Athava Ramaha rathena vanam gacchati. What is the instrument? Ratha. And that's why it is called as the instrumental case, karana. Sampradana, dative case. To, for, all these things are indicated by the dative case. Vishnave namaha. It is not Vishnaya namaha. Like Shivaya namaha, then says, if it is Shivaya namaha, now why not Vishnaya namaha? Hey, Vishnave namaha. Salutations to whom? To Vishnu. Shivaya namaha. Salutations to Shiva. Okay? Dative case. Ablative case. Apadana. Okay? Apadana. Vrikshat paranam patati. है ना? हाँ. Vrikshat paranam patati. Panchami. It also means karana. Third case is karana. Panchami is in karana. Even the karana also can be used to mean karana, but ablative case. Then Shashti is Sambandha. Genitive. It is Sambandha. And Saptami is locative, which means Adhikarana. Sambodhana is not counted here. Okay? The vocative case is not counted. In the Karakas, for something, some action, as a component of the action, Karta is required. Karta is required. Object is required or not? Required. Karana is required. Required. Purpose is required. Dative. Required. Anish bhai goes to office. Okay, office. Who goes, Anish? By car. For what? To earn money. है ना? Purpose is there. Dative will be there. For. To. Dative. Ablative will be required. From the clay pot is made. And also locative. In the location. Okay? In these, apart from Sambandha, the Shashti, all are called as Karakas. All of them are called as Karakas. Okay? They are the components of action. Anusthana means a particular committed religious action. Anusthana. Anusthana karaka. The components of that action of Anusthana. What are those? Anusthana karaka bhuta. These karakas have, those things have become karaka bhuta. Who are those karaka bhutas? Dravya, Devata, Prakashakaha. Okay? The material and the devatas, etc., are the karakas. So they have become the karakas for what? They have become the karakas for what? For the Anusthana. What is a mantra? That which shows you, illumines, reveals these karaka bhuta, dravya and devata. This part, this is called as mantra. Okay? What is mantra? Mantraha anusthana karaka bhuta dravya devata prakashakaha. Okay? Clear? Clear? Furthermore. चलो तुम्हारा टाइम तो हो गया एक वाक्य में ही. तेपि त्रिविधा ऋग्यजुस्साम भेदा. Now, these mantras are also of three types. These mantras are, what is basically mantra? Dravya devata prakashakaha. What is that dravya and devata? Anusthana karakas. The parts of that anusthana. Components of that anusthana. Okay? So, that is mantra. These mantras are of also three varieties. What are these three types? Rig, Yajuh and Sama mantras. Okay? Now further. Tatra Padabadha Gayatriadi Chando Vishishtaha Richaha Agni Mide Purohitam Mityadyaha. Acha. Now, those mantras which are Padabadha. What is a pada? Okay, Padabadha. Like in a verse, you will have 4 quarters, etc. So it is Padabadha. And because it is Padabadha, it has a certain meter, and there are different meters. Those mantras which are padabadha and metrical, those mantras are called as rig mantras. They are called as rig mantras only. Richaha. And he gives you an example like the Agnimide Purohitam. The Taeva Giti Vishishtaha Samani. See, so far these mantras are Padabadha and Chandabadha. Okay? They are Chandabadha, metrical. But they are yet not sung. And when there is a way of singing, you cannot just give you some sana. No, it cannot be done. Om Bhurvasva. What is this? It loses the status of being the mantra then. But we like it. You like it is a different thing. Just because you like it, you are making it ineffective as mantra. It is sung, and it is sung the way it has to be sung, and not all the mantras can be sung. Those padabadha, chandobadha mantras which are sung in the Vedic style, traditional one, those same mantras are called as Sama mantras. Okay? They are called as the Sama mantras. Samani. Giti Vishishtaha Samani. Then Tad Ubhaya Vilakshanani Yajunshi. What are the Yajur mantras? Ubhaya Vilakshana. What do you mean by Ubhaya Vilakshana? That it
some are Padabadha and Chandabadha.
Ubhaya Vilakshanam means they are neither Chandobadha nor are they sung. Ubhaya. They are not sung. They are not even Padabadha. Therefore, Ubhaya Vilakshanani, those mantras which are neither Chandobadha nor can be sung, those mantras are called as Yajur mantras. Okay, so this is the mantra section. Okay, furthermore, Agni Idan Agnin Viharam Ityadi Sambodhana Rupaha Nigada Mantraha Api Yajurantar Bhuta Eva. Some mantras are called as the Nigada mantras. They are Sambodhana Rupa. These Nigada mantras are also categorized under Yajur Veda, under the Yajur mantras. Okay? Right? Then Tadevam Nirupitaha Mantraha. Now we have explained to you what is mantra. We have done. So what did you see? What is Veda? What do you mean by Apaurusheyam? What do you mean that it is a Vakyam, that it is a Pramana Vakyam? And then when you say it is Pramana Vakyam, what is the Prameyam? Then this Veda is Mantra Brahmanatmakaha. What is mantra? There are three types. What are the three types? Rig, Sam, Yajur. Even the Nigada mantras will also fall under the Yajur mantras. If you have now got this picture, this is what is meant by mantra. Okay, this is what is meant by the word mantra in the Vedic literature, not some chachu and some, eh? That mantras are, what are those? What are those? Mystic chants, magical chants. That this is what is mantra. Is it padabadha chandobadha but cannot be sung? Rig. Is it padabadha chandobadha and also can be sung? Sam. It is neither padabadha nor chandobadha? Yajur. This is what is mantra. Okay? So now the mantra section is being told to you. What is next? We will see tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Om.
Padabadha and Chandra.
Only Padabadha Chandobadha mantras.